this thing you have on your computer.
Oh yeah, these bullshit. I don't even know if we want to watch this because it's like so hacked. They're all over fucking TikTok and Twitter. We're talking about the whatever podcast where it's like it's like a guy that looks like Breckin Meyer, like the road trip lead. Yeah, like a little tiny like loser, but like he gets his Levi's fucking leather jacket with the hoodie sewn into it. The hoodie sewn into the leather jacket, and then he gets like a panel of like 5 women that are essentially like sentient sex dolls, like they're not even alive, and they're just like vomiting up cum and shit and like trying to form words. And then he just goes like, like a man like built the chair you're in. And they're like, what? A chair? What room? Is this? Am I real? Like that. And then they look like smart. And everyone's like, yo, this guy held it down. Fucking owned her, dude. Whatever podcast. There's just a bunch of guys with backward hats selling fucking Happy Dad seltzers.
Well, it's crazy how often I see these fucking people on my Instagram feed.
Well, I just read an article. This, I guess, is a real podcast, but a lot of these podcasts are fake. They're designed. They set up a fake studio. They make and it's just for a clip to go viral on TikTok. They don't actually have a podcast, which makes sense because half these people, I don't think, know how to even really speak. Yeah. So you saw that clip of that girl going around Twitter like last week where she's like, "This is how you please your man. Like, I before we go out, I suck him off. He's got a nut. We go out. She's like, in the middle of hanging out, I get his nut off. That's 2. Then he comes home. He needs a nut. I give him a nut. Then I make him lunch. Another nut. Like, she like talks about like you have to like fuck him 6 times a day to keep him happy. Like, yeah, ladies, like take notes, which is deranged. I mean, no man wants to have sex 6 times a day.
Their balls are dry.
It sucks. It's terrible.
Like powdery.
Yeah. At a certain point, you're like probably cumming like your intestines or something. Like,
it's like shooting a paintball gun when it's out of paintball.
Exactly. Should we watch like a quick clip of this bullshit just so people know what we're talking about? The oppression of the Western woman.
Oh, it's so fun.
Brought to you by complete retards.
The big spat that you had with John was about oppression. And you said you got quite...
I'm just happy Kevin Kinkin has a new podcast.
Very deep cut.
That was for 4 of us.
4 people.
I mean, I'm just going to tell you this now. Google. Google.
Google.
But it's not my job to school you on something that you should have learned in school. Women have been oppressed, and women still are oppressed because there are literal child slaves. There are black women.
What does that have to do with anything? Okay, first off, here's another thing. You're getting into an argument about the oppression of a people, and the woman keeps going, women are oppressed. Like, she can't even say the plural of women. I mean,
it's the confidence of this woman speaking. In front of the mic, which is I think what annoys most people about this.
And then it gets like all the misogynists online to like go off. Exactly. And they're like, this guy, the lead in Road Trip is my king. This is who I mean. When I keep saying the lead in Road Trip, this is who runs all these podcasts.
Devin's really good at polling.
So look at this guy.
I'm still shooken from Orville Redenbacher.
Yeah, you liked that a little too much, but it was good. It was fine.
So much.
Yeah, Mr. Cecil, by the way, who apparently...
Johnny Malloy, I think his name is. Wonderful fan, thank you.
Mr. Cecil, another guy who apparently, I thought he said that, but I've been ignoring his gun corners, apparently, and I apologize, bud. You're a champion. I'm acknowledging you.
We all remember this guy, right? Early 2000s. He was in Rat Race. He was always like a little too short to be like the jock, but like the hot girl in the movie was kind of into him, but he like kind of sucked too at the same time. This guy now is running these podcasts. Look at him. So these podcasts might as well be directed by Todd Phillips in like 2001.
Show the big spat that.
This now. Google.
Google.
Google. But it's not my job to school you on something that you should have learned in school. Women have been oppressed, and women still are oppressed because there are literal child slaves. There are black women, disabled women that experience oppression all the time, and Native American women as well.
Let's see the comments. This is a black dude named Lawrence Bullock. Why do we shame men for not wanting to be fathers, but we shouldn't shame women for wanting to kill their potential babies?
What a community.
Also, he gave $10. Yeah, he gives you $10 to say that. This guy wrote that, and then he pressed enter, and he went, blah, blah, blah.
And
Native American women.
It's also Native American men as well. Aren't they oppressed?
Hey guys, I have an idea. Let's do a podcast where we get 5 brain dead whores and me and a bunch of people that look like Mac Miller's drug dealer interview them.
You're talking about women?
Yeah, because the question was how
this guy's extremely condescending.
Have been oppressed, and I'm just gonna say it's not my job.
Well, because they don't have to do any work. They get to look like fucking. You know, they have a PhD in like gender studies or something.
Yeah.
And when these women are just doing all the work for them, they just go, "Oh, really? So
did you hear him go Google?
Yeah. It was like Google. It's a soft toss. It's playing wiffle ball with whores.
Yeah. He's beating up a bunch of toddlers.
Playing wiffle ball with retarded bimbos.
You and school you on that, and if you don't
know, if I reject your precepts,
he went to the Daily Wire school of like arguments and debate. Like if I reject that, like that type of stuff,
reject your reality.
I reject your hypothesis. Talk fast and shit.
Then you do need to explain to me.
No, I'm telling you this. I'm telling you, like, it's not my job to school you. Like, you should have learned this in school. And honestly, it's a little scary that you don't know how women have been oppressed in the past. Because, like, this country was, like, built for men. And these, like, laws and rules, like,
erroneous.
They all...
Erroneous.
Dude, they're now quoting Wedding Crashers. That's on their soundboard.
Was that actually Wedding Crashers?
This is exactly what I said. These are early 2000s fucking, R-rated comedy leads interviewing just wastes of space. And they're a waste of space too. The men are worse.
Yeah, everyone in that room.
Yeah.
No, never mind.
At least these women are attractive, I guess. Well, not really. I mean, a lot of them look kind of downsy, but
it's
anyway.
Fine.
All to, like, for men, like it was built for men. And, like, this podcast enough is showing me that sexism is still really alive.
Can I ask
wow. You think this podcast is sexist?
I was posted on so many red pill incel accounts. Yes, it's giving incel a lot.
You can't string
all the buzzwords
words
are coming out. I don't
It's
even
giving
know where to
incel
start tackling this. Okay, so
they should just be like, "Hey, spell whatever." I know, and you'll still get it wrong. It's all over the fucking room too.
Is that a sex
women
doll?
were oppressed.
Yeah, that's a sex doll, but it looks
that's
like
a stand-in.
It looks like it's having deeper thoughts than the human women.
But so were men. It's
How?
not. It's not.
Not as much as women
now
were.
this is interesting because if I say how were women were oppressed, you're like, well, it's self-evident, Brian. I shouldn't have.
There
to
should be a game show where you have to guess
guess
which one of them is a sex doll.
Yeah. They should make this a game show where you shoot them all in the head and you have to guess who has the most brain matter on the floor. Truly, I mean, if I woke up tomorrow and everyone, they were like the whatever pod, everyone was slaughtered. I mean,
who gives a
I would
shit?
love for like the sinister queer to show up in this room right
There's
now.
like smoke bomb.
No, exactly. It's him. It's like he's the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
But it's got the Grim Reaper's face.
Yeah.
But like a BDSM black leather bodysuit.
Yeah, that's
and
sick.
he still has the scythe.
He has a sickle.
Yeah, the sickle. And then he puts a loaded revolver with one bullet and he forces them to play Russian roulette. This is suddenly the best show in the world.
Yeah, greatest show of all time. I'd love to see like Geppetto runs in, sneaks through the vents, falls in, and just lights them up. Like in Bad Santa with the midget.
Or like he's on a wire and he's spinning in circles like in The Punisher with 2 machine guns.
Same question. You've just asked, how were men oppressed?
By the way, for a fact these guys are working on their own hard seltzer.
Oh, for sure.
They're about to come out with a company called like Cunt Juice or something.
Didn't you know?
No, because that wasn't taught in school.
So isn't that interesting? Male oppression was never taught in school, but females' oppression was. Isn't that interesting?
Jesus Christ! How did they get so many dumb people in one room?
Isn't that interesting?
Grievances
how are the lights on?
Are overlooked. Who's the real one that's oppressed? Perhaps you don't even believe men are oppressed.
This guy's so annoying.
Perhaps.
You don't.
I think saying perhaps makes you seem smart.
If you will.
Perhaps.
He goes, this quite begs the question then, doesn't it? Perhaps you don't believe men are oppressed.
Perhaps.
Men.
Can you think of one? Give me one.
So many men literally all the time over domestic violence and domestic abuse to the point
Domestic.
That's irrelevant, but okay.
Okay.
That happens. There's certainly violence, sure.
Yeah, there is a lot of violence against
But
women.
when you think of oppression, what is your definition of oppression?
I don't know really how to explain it, to be honest. But I'm just
I mean, you use the word,
This
you
is
ought to
wild,
know how to define it if you just use the word.
Yeah, I just don't know exactly how to, like, why do you want me to explain that? That's what I'm getting.
Well, I mean, you've used a word, you ought to be able to...
Yeah, you're just putting me on the spot. You just want to embarrass me, and I'm to tell you this now. It's not going to happen, Brian.
Damn.
Because guess what?
Shit!
She's like, guess I sucked your dick last night.
Because we're
It's like,
having
nice
a polite
fucking try,
conversation.
but you're asking me an impossible question, and you did it to stop me and make me look like a fool, okay? What's oppression? Yeah, I didn't go to Harvard, sorry.
And by the way, I know that stuff that you like poured all over my tits wasn't Cinnabon glaze. I know that when that stuff comes out of the penis. She doesn't. She still doesn't know dumbest.
Getting tricked
Just every day they're like, "Yo, let's make some more glaze, babe."
No, because I already know what this is about. We talked about this last podcast, so why do you want to bring it up again?
Well, we didn't really talk about it.
I'm
multiple
not gonna say anything
episodes.
else.
She's come back.
Podcast.
Last week you did the same thing to me.
Wouldn't educate you, Brian.
Well, I mean, that's a very
And I'm not going to say
convenient...
anything else, and I'm going to stay quiet now.
I mean, that's a very convenient way to shut down a otherwise polite conversation.
Really polite.
I gave you
Brian
an
has
opportunity
Ted
to
Bundy
speak, so
energy.
I think
Totally.
Like, Brian.
you
He's
should.
not smart enough to be Ted Bundy.
No.
You're just not going to talk? Why is this such a sensitive subject?
He just starts beating her with a rubber hose.
But let me ask you a question. Can we engage in this?
I don't want to, Brian.
Hold on.
I didn't
hold
even
on.
want to come
Stop
here
interrupting.
in the first place.
What? This
You
is
literally
really
asked me
awkward
to be
now.
Here. I said no thanks.
Also, who's
And you're like,
making
"Come
her
on."
do this?
Yeah, like, then why is she there?
Yeah, what's Brian doing
She's like,
to her?
I'm sorry, Brian. Like, I know you like picked me up at the fucking docks in a storage container and dragged me to this podcast, but
It's like, release my daughter so I can stop doing these. We made a deal.
yeah, Brian, we all know you're holding my daughter captive, and you need me to look like a retard every week on this podcast.
She goes, Brian, I haven't seen proof of life in like 2 weeks.
Brian, next week, I'm not fucking around with you. That's when we do the exchange.
Brian pulls a cell phone out. He's like, you want to talk to her? You can hear her if you want.
Yeah.
Perhaps you might want to talk to your daughter.
He goes, yeah, real strong woman, isn't she?
He goes, she goes, I'll answer your question if you let me hear her voice.
Okay, well, and
she's dead.
And
but why don't you want to have this conversation? Like, we can have
Because I think
Can you stop interrupting?
Whoa,
we can
Brian's
have a good
fucking
faith conversation about
psychopath,
this.
dude.
Like, I don't understand why we can't just have
You
a,
go, Alvin Sam, $50, fuck whores.
99 cents. Now,
Back in the kitchen, here's $75.
$75, make me a cake. Here's $100, do my laundry.
This is like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, this is
so weird.
insane.
See what the robot voice says. Go back just 2 seconds.
Oh, it said something?
Yeah, it's like it has like a robot.
99 cents.
$49.
You condemned domestic violence, but openly admitted to assaulting your ex-boyfriend with your purse.
Oh, God.
This is a Black
like,
Mirror
it's
episode.
totally okay to have a conversation about.
They're like, did you hear that?
Suppose,
Did you hear that?
What is for you? And
Yeah, the Roomba didn't like that too much. They go, yeah, Alexa's going to kill you.
ChatGPT's after you.
This is produced by Jigsaw.
uncomfortable subject. But I don't see why you need to shut down the conversation. Like, I've been perfectly polite to you.
Yeah, but I just don't want to answer it, Brian.
Well,
Respect that.
Sotero.
Chatted $50. Crazy. Anytime that I see females bring up women oppression on podcast, they never give examples, but instead they just say look it up or that you should already know.
Yeah, that always happens on every...
Every fucking podcast, dude.
It's all the same.
There's a guy out there, he's like, it's all the same.
How many goddamn podcasts are they going to grill a girl about what oppression means?
Dude, podcasting is just like a female-dominated
I have to explain it to you, Brian. Like, just be respectful. I'm not going to say anything more about it because I feel uncomfortable talking about it.
Why? But you weren't uncomfortable until I started pushing back on you.
Yeah. Because it's coming from a place of hate.
He interrupts her for the robot to read a shitty comment.
He goes, hang on, the robot wants to call you a stupid bitch.
he goes, the robot. He goes, shh. The robot's got some things to say about this.
Oh, this has to be filmed
It's
in
not
LA.
coming from a place of hate.
Probably.
We got to find
Or
it.
Miami.
Oh,
Now. However, Bangs, please watch the documentary, The Red Pill.
Oh, absolutely
by Cassie
not.
Jill.
Please watch the documentary, The
Eco
Red
Chamber.
Pill.
On my previous feminist girlfriend.
Eco chamber.
Let me.
Brian's like, bring out the
let me ask
meat.
you something. So,
Eat the meat, girls.
No,
Guess what the meat
let me
is?
rephrase. Thoughts.
Wait, hold on. This guy didn't say anything yet, and he goes, let me rephrase. He never said a word.
That's not how you start.
Listen to this. This is like if you go, let me rephrase that.
No, hold on. Let me rephrase my thoughts. A lot of people in both red pill, blue pill communities
You're a
from this
retard.
conversation. And this is again back to my
Oh, is
previous
he like the
conversation
middle
where this
ground
is the
guy?
problem.
Yeah, he's the good cop.
Yeah.
The discourse.
yeah.
Let's talk about it.
That's
most
represented by the
people-
white and the black. You know what I
Right.
mean?
It's
Who's the mute Asian next
It's a
to
black and white world. I don't know who that is. That's like some sort of like she's smuggling cocaine in her like asshole right now. They're gonna send her to Bolivia or some shit. I have no idea what that is. That's like some fucking weird 21 gram
shutting
shit.
down. People are trying to.
She's texting her
understand-
mom under the
He's
table
not
like,
trying to
I'm safe.
understand. He's trying to get some views. He literally said, let's make it spicy or whatever.
She's
Like,
texting her mom. She's like, the gringo obsessed with patriarchy.
She's like Matt Damon in the control panel of the undercover sting op, just texting in her pocket like, I'm alive. Don't worry
the
about it.
dots are disappearing on the radar.
get you heated because he knows that's going to get him good revenue.
And this is.
he knows that.
I
Why
like
didn't
her
say
because
that.
she's
I
bringing
said
up
it's
shit
because you wanna
outside the
know why it gets so
podcast.
Yeah.
many views. Is because this is the problem that we're facing.
Conversations like
So
Yeah,
if
this-
we're
that's
able
why
to
it's
actually
getting so
have
many
this
views.
conversation,
Yeah, that's why. It's
I
not
would
because
also
people
like
are
to
fascinated
understand
about how
your point
dumb
of
you
view.
are.
I
Yeah.
understand like it could come off as a bit like attacking, but
Like
a lot of
attacking?
people
He's like,
out
"Yo,
there,
shorty,
a majority
chill."
of people are trying to understand the situation, men and women. So if you're for women,
But no matter
help us
anything I
out.
say, it's still not going to change your guys' beliefs because you guys like live by this. Like Brian has
Okay,
this
here's
whole
another thing.
podcast
Let
about
me just
it.
address
Yeah.
that.
Incel samurai.
so-
they live
Like,
by the
the
code.
Purpose, let me just explain something. The purpose of debate isn't necessarily to convince the person that you're debating with. It's to convince the audience.
I don't want to
Because
convince
I'm not
the
gonna
audience, bro. This
but-
is a bunch of like incels. I don't
No,
want to. They're
okay,
not
first
gonna
off,
She's
don't
not
insult
wrong.
my audience. They're not incels.
Because first of all, according
All right,
to
so far she's smarter than him.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah, it
goes,
kicks ass.
number one, according to Bushido code, being an incel is actually the most honorable thing a man can do. So now let me get back to my point.
I'm a Ronin.
No,
I'm a
don't
red-pilled
disrespect
Ronin.
the platform, okay? So, the purpose of a debate is not necessarily to convince the other person, it's to convince the viewer, the listener. But it's just interesting because I gave you a minute, 2 minutes to explain your position.
He holds a pen.
Oh yeah. He's doing the John
asshole,
Stewart
retard, piece of shit, dipshit, motherfucking asshole. I hate this guy so much.
Oh, he's such a fucking.
I get such a rage just looking
I
at
had
him.
a feeling.
His stupid fucking leather jacket hoodie combo. It's probably a Massimo from the young adult section at Target. Fucking retard. Why don't you wear a Sriracha shirt too, you big tough guy? Dipshit. Wear a Run DMC shirt.
Look at
When I
his
push back a
shitty
little bit,
beard.
you're like, no, we're done.
Like, yeah, because I don't have the time. And Brian, it's so late. I have like a long drive back home. And
Brian, honestly, she kicks ass, dude. She's so cool.
It's so late. I have a long drive back.
She's like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm kind of worn out, to be honest.
Well, maybe we'll have to do round 3. I will end it on this though. I think I don't expect you to respond, and you don't have to respond, but I will.
Wait. This is interesting. Gender roles is not oppression; it is survival. When the Titanic was going down, and they said "woman," and nobody knows women or woman. It's like pluralize. Literally, it's like we might as well be in The Walking Dead, and they're just still alive somehow. And children were first. Were they oppressing women? I mean, we save. I've always said we save women and children first in disasters because we need people to consume bad art.
Very good. Yes.
Like the captain of the Titanic's like, save the women and children first. Like Taylor Swift's got a concert tonight.
I'm about to become Brian for a second. Brian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I actually have thought about this. I think the real reason they say women and children first is because that was invented by a bunch of men who've been through a lot of bad disasters. And they just learned the hard way that women and children are just more likely to die.
Yeah, that's right. and so right. Okay. So I'm gonna go fuck the Titanic because it doesn't really apply. But like, say your village is getting raided by a bunch of like fucking
get the women and children
other cavemen. You send the women and children in the forest, and like because you'll get back to them later.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well, nobody in the middle of battle needs to be nagged.
At least address the points that you brought up. So you said that.
Yeah. Do a fake look to the sky like you're thinking.
That men built this country for other men. Now, I agree with you on the first part. Men did build this country. However, men built it for the benefit of other men. They built it for their families, their wives, their sons, their daughters. So I agree with you that yes, this country and all countries.
This guy's like thinks he's doing the like, give me your tired, give me your poor. Like he.
He goes, yeah, welcome, sugar tits.
He's the type of guy that like he just says like he recites like the Bill of Rights and thinks he's like a genius or something.
In fact, have been built on the backs of men, but it's not for the benefit of other men. In fact, they've actually done studies on this. Men have an out-group bias. So men have an out-group bias for women, whereas women have an in-group bias for other women. In other words, the sisterhood.
Notice how this guy, other like higher level grifters, like whatever, your Ben Shapiro's, I don't even know, Jordan Peterson, but both those guys have some validity.
They're nuts. They go nuts.
But they go nuts and shit. But they'll bring out historical facts and they'll mention actual things, you know.
Yeah, Shapiro is at least like a legitimate lawyer. Yeah, like I think he was an accomplished lawyer, a successful lawyer. Shapiro was a lawyer.
Sure.
Peterson's a professor.
Yeah.
This guy's
literally
out of community college.
He hasn't brought up a single, like he could be destroying her and he hasn't brought up anything like, you know.
Well, he doesn't want to do that because he wants to keep it going.
Right.
There's no reason for him to actually like shut her down. He wants to keep her talking. It's not actually about any of this.
I don't think
that's what makes what he said, the guy in the white said, so fucking disgusting because he's lying to us and the audience and everyone in that fucking room.
What did he say?
He was like, people in the red pill and the blue pill community, they need to hear things. Like, this is a healthy debate that everyone should hear. This should be on the floor of Congress right now. Like, it's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're grifters.
I'm a part of the cyanide pill community.
Exactly. Remember that guy who took a shot of poison at the G8 summit?
No.
Like years ago?
Oh, yeah, and he died there?
That's what they should all be fucking
I hope
doing.
all these people are cyanide pilled.
There's a sisterhood
amongst
amongst
the gray
women.
pill?
There's not a brotherhood amongst men, at least to the same degree that there's a sisterhood amongst women. Every single thing that you see around you, the buildings you live in, the streets you drive in, the infrastructure that you rely on to survive, was all built, created, and is maintained by good, honest, hardworking men that simply want to provide.
None of them are you, bro.
You know what's funny is that I'm giving this guy a bunch of shit, and that's exactly what I got kicked off that HBO show for saying. And a guy's wife wanted to fight me.
Oh, that's sick. Dude.
I was like, I mean, let's be honest. Women didn't want to build this place. I mean, they don't want to build the city. I mean, look at that view. That's men. And they were like, that's not, like, they started calling me like Ben Shapiro and shit. And I'm like, I mean, I was like trolling
It's actually
a little bit,
not,
but I'm also correct.
Well, the problem is it's not even a compliment. It's not, it shouldn't be.
I'm saying they shouldn't want to.
No, men did it because they were horny perverts. They're pathetic and they're horny, and they're like, let me invent plumbing so my wife will like this chick that I'm having. It's sad. It's
let me invent plumbing so my wife can clean her pussy out and flush it.
Right, exactly.
So I can fuck her.
Yeah.
Everything is for women. We'd live in caves if they didn't exist. We wouldn't give a shit.
Be here.
It's not because men are so clever or smarter. They're just horny, and they were like, we're like, if anything, women like are making men build shit for them. You know
exactly. They should know that. You know that was their contribution. Was inspiring it.
Mm-hmm, they're motivators.
Yeah, not these ones though.
Men wanting to oppress women. It's just men that want to work and provide for their family.
Okay,
but why couldn't women vote?
Because men were subject to military conscription.
Because women didn't want to vote either at some point. Because if they voted,
here we go. Here we go. Look at this fucking spy. This double agent.
Be drafted too. Isn't that correct?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, the reason, by the way, throughout the vast majority of human history, men didn't have the vote either. There was a small percentage of men who had power. The rest of the men were also oppressed alongside all of the women that were oppressed. It was like, previously you had tyrants and kings and dictators. Men couldn't vote. This is like voting came around in like, broadly speaking, in the 1900s, the late 1800s, 1900s, and now obviously, in 1920 is when women got the right to vote. So this voting thing's very new. Democracy is very new. Most people never had the right to vote. The way men had the right to vote was because of warfare.
Jesus.
You're blowing my mind right now.
Drafted and sent to fucking the Maginot Line in France and go in the trenches and get trench foot and get chemical gas.
He only uses the French example of war because it makes him seem like he really knows his shit.
Yeah, he's like World War I.
He's the type of guy that says Verdun. The Battle of Verdun.
Somme.
And
can't say Normandy like a real man.
Faggot. Vote.
Right?
I think he's probably using his around 19.
Responsibility.
I don't care.
Women have a right without a responsibility. Men have a right with a responsibility. That responsibility is you have to die for your country.
Dexy donated $50.
Thank you, man.
It's crazy when we don't go in her direction or we put forward an argument. She closes. This is not a debate. She uses words that she doesn't know the definition. Female oppression.
This is like the Stanford prison experiment. This is insane.
This is crazy.
I expect a bunch of guards to go in with nightsticks.
This is one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen.
I didn't know it was this creepy.
Me neither. I've seen just the clips on TikTok. I didn't know it was this bad.
Yeah, Jesus.
This guy's fucking jacket pisses me the fuck off.
I bet, brother.
That's what you wear when to be a cool guy on a Razor scooter. Yeah, go do a fucking do a little kick flip on the way to the movie theater to get a hand job. From Jane. You acne riddled fuck.
It is like I'm a tough guy kind of thing.
It's a fake tough. Let me stop.
It's what bouncers. They think bouncers wear.
Hold on, let me stop by J.C. Penney, get my tough guy outfit.
This whole thing up. When it comes to voting, basically,
this is what your mom buys you when she wants you to start like going out and like getting women's numbers,
meeting girls.
Yeah, she found it like a TJ Maxx, but like the hoodie's sewn into the pleather.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She doesn't want you to get a motorcycle, so she's like, "Here, have this jacket.
Just take this jacket. Like you go out, like go to the beach, meet some girls. That's sexy."
This day are subject to military conscription. I have this here. You want to talk about systematic oppression? I don't know if you've heard of the selective service system. So I don't know if you can read this. Men 18 to 25 years old.
Are we out of the draft?
I think so, yeah. But I mean, there's no such thing as being out of the draft.
No, I know, but like technically, like, are we okay?
Yeah, for like but I mean, like,
I was so afraid when I signed up for that bullshit.
I got dragged out of class to sign up for it.
Yeah, they forced me too.
Yeah, they dragged
me
literally out of class.
Forced me with peer pressure.
It was so creepy.
And then I didn't sign it. I was like, no, I'm okay. I don't want to. I'll figure that out later. And then I got home and my mom my mom acted like the Gestapo would break in and make me sign it. So she forced me to sign it, and it's still hanging up somewhere upstairs.
I had to put. Did you just have to put your social security number in?
You get a form in the mail when you turn 18, and you have to sign it, or you face charges.
Is that new? I don't think I did that.
No, you're not eligible for government fund, government loans and stuff.
They don't fuck with anybody really, unless it was Vietnam, I guess, or whatever.
Well, they got rid of it for a few years and then they brought it back.
Oh,
yeah. So
you didn't have to sign something, Joey?
If I did, I don't remember.
Maybe you did do it. I had to go on the internet and do it.
Oh.
They made me go on the internet.
It was on the internet.
School. Yeah, they made me go on the internet in school and put my social security number in, and then it was
But they send you a really threatening letter that says, we can arrest you, fine. We could just basically do anything we want to you if you don't really sign, if you don't agree.
If I did sign, I wouldn't remember anyways. I would have just been okay, I have to read, sign. I don't even know what it is.
Right.
I signed, you can have my liver, whatever.
You thought you were signing up for the NBA draft.
Sorry, I need to eat. My hands are fucking shaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you fucking
this is a
pussy
draft.
diabetic. Shut up.
Ignore the bright colors. If you open this up,
you fucking
take a look at that.
I need to eat. My blood sugar's low.
Pussy diabetic. It's so funny if we hate you, we'll make fun of literally anything that we would never make fun of.
It's kind of funny.
Oh, was your cancer acting up? Queer?
I need to eat. My hands are shaking. Shut up and read the fucking card, fag.
This is a draft registration form. It says 18 to 25-year-old men. Only men are subject to military conscription. That's why men got the right to vote before women.
Dude, it's so much more than that, retard.
I think still to this day, women don't want to be drafted.
Well,
it wasn't just the draft, dude. They literally thought women were less smart, and and back then they didn't get as much education as they weren't. They couldn't be landowners. There's way more factors to it than anything. And I'm not saying these women aren't stupid and that had a big play, but it's dumb. This is the most base level. There's nothing beyond scratching the surface of any argument happening in any of these podcasts. Mm-hmm. It's just silly.
No, so a million brilliant women throughout history that should have the right to vote.
Absolutely.
The rest, no, but yeah. And men too.
Well, not even right to vote.
They should make you take an IQ test to vote.
I mean, he was kind of right. He was right in the fact that voting was only a thing in government systems that allowed, in the vast majority of human history, there weren't those government systems that allowed voting. Right. So it was just in those systems, only a small percentage of people had power, and so it's kind of a stupid, weird argument, anyways. But let's talk about fucking black men weren't allowed to vote.
But when democracy was brand new, it probably did seem crazy to be we're gonna let the ones that are sucking our cocks, they're gonna be doing the decision making. We're all talking about the same thing, right?
Well, there was probably a lot of they never even out. They don't know what's going on. I'm out all the time, figuring shit out. They don't even really know the issues. They're at home, prepping everything and keeping my life comfortable and raising my child. They probably
it wasn't malicious.
They're not out there knowing the issues.
Sure, yeah. My point is, it's not malicious. It was just they don't want to vote. We don't need them to vote. That's how they thought.
Well, it used to be just white landowners, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably, and I mean, so women who are sleeping with the white landowners, the wives of those guys, probably had a shit ton of pull in that society. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't know. This is just dumb.
It's a very simple way to look at everything.
Yeah, we didn't even. Lucille Ball was the reason we decided that women had something to offer.
People had real problems. They probably didn't even fucking think about voting. They were just we'll vote. You guys do your shit, whatever. Let's move on.
I don't vote.
Yeah, I don't vote.
I've never voted.
Thanks for the right.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
I don't give a shit. It's never been a good option. There's literally never an option that I want to vote for.
No.
And they can't.
They can't.
And so they're fine with that. You don't see any women pushing back saying, I want to be drafted.
Exactly. Nobody wants to be drafted.
Yeah, but if women were oppressed,
She's right.
they would be doing that.
No, because the
Equality,
reason
right?
why women aren't drafted on the front line is because women aren't seen as as like intimidating to the enemy, you know, like they're putting men because
why are they fighting for the right to be drafted?
Biologically stronger, biologically they don't want women there for a reason.
Sure. Well, you're not totally wrong. Yes, men, generally speaking, are more suited for warfare.
Like
you shaky hands.
You want to be drafted.
He goes, now that I've just finished explaining how I built everything in the world, let me just, my hands, I can't hold a paper because my hands are shaking.
Yeah, God. Because we're stronger than you. Does anyone have a Kit Kat? Because I'm about to pass out.
I got some orange juice in the fridge.
I think I'm close to fainting.
He's like, because we're stronger than you. Give me my insulin. Passing out.
Yeah.
Men are. It's a biological reality. Men are physically stronger than women. Now, I mean, in today's modern warfare, physical strength is still a factor, but you know, I mean, the way we conduct warfare now is very different. So women can participate much more to some degree in combat roles. It's still, I mean,
you're so boring.
In any case, we don't need to get into the whole military thing.
He bored himself.
Yeah.
I would say
the difference is, if we're talking about equality, though, disregard. Well, maybe men make better soldiers. Let's say an 18-year-old man who doesn't want to go to war, doesn't want to go get sent. Take Ukraine, for example. All the women could leave the country. All the men had to stay. You could not leave the country. You cannot leave Ukraine if you were a man between the ages of 18 and like 60 or 65. While all the women in Ukraine, actually, I matched with some girls on Tinder when the was heaviest in Ukraine, when Kiev was getting scorched up.
Why is he walking?
I was matching with chicks on
That's probably why he has
Tinder
more successful podcasts.
And Hinge and shit. If you're a Ukrainian woman, you get to go to Stockholm, you get to go to Great Britain, you get to continue your hot girl summer.
Yeah, all those Ukrainian women were having hot girl summers in Stockholm. Yep. Yeah, they were really enjoying their lives, having to flee their country. Fucking asshole.
Yeah, they were really having a great time at the Cabbage Club.
Yeah, what about the women getting gang raped and shit in the Ukraine?
This fucking cheapskate, by the way, Trevino keeps like chiming in for $2.
Oh, Trevino's a cheapskate.
God. He's like the minimum donation to get that little corner box.
Men.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I mean, the Ukrainian military brass, or the president, they don't want to be in war. That was something that Russia
I don't even know if I can fucking finish this hunk of shit.
We're almost out.
But they have to defend their country.
Yeah, it's a real war of defense.
Okay.
We live very, very privileged lives.
Like, they have to defense their country. There's too many Chris D'Elia of politics out there now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of these dipshit fuckboy hype beasts, vaguely good looking, but not just huge opinions. Losers that like their parents gave them way too much confidence.
Yeah,
and they know nothing and
very
privileged. They're making a killing.
If World War III, I'll tell you this: if World War III is around the corner, there's no feminists when Russia invades. There's no feminists when China invades. I'll tell you that much.
Nobody wants.
They're like, why would I care? They're like, I like Panda Express. Like, what's your problem?
But what I'm saying is that all these things that you often complain about,
they'll be lost like tears.
When society,
this guy has more zippers than brain cells.
It hits the fan. We revert to our traditional gender roles. You can't have feminism when there's a military conflict.
Just shut the fuck up and let my daughter go, faggot.
Why don't you shut the fuck up and let my family go?
Fought for equality for the longest time. Society overcorrected.
I'm like if like an Appalachian like incest baby was born in Santa Monica. So basically, like, if you need to know about me, like, I'm the same. I'm like a character in like Soft White Underbelly, but like from like Newport Beach.
He's like, yo, like if they had skateboards instead of banjos in Deliverance.
Yeah. I'm in like the Deliverance mid-90s.
Like you said, men are drafted first.
Now listen, I'm not. Women were absolutely. Hold on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Look in front of you.
No, I'm just asking, like genuinely asking, because I thought like the military was so big they didn't have to do drafts anymore.
You're right.
When it comes to World War III, they're gonna have to draft.
There would be a draft.
In any war, there's draft.
Also, even if the likelihood there hasn't been a draft,
you could tell that blonde chick fucks him.
Yeah,
she's agreeing with
for
him
sure,
on
for
that,
sure.
like,
Or
on
she's
that,
just
like,
like,
I think all of them have fucked him.
I bet she's just, she might be a simp too, where she's just like appealing to the audience.
So, yeah.
Long time. However,
God damn, this poor woman right here.
Yeah.
Look at her. What is going on here with this Roma character? Somebody help her. Get her some fucking help. The sex dolls had more fucking signs of happiness than her in the last 20 minutes.
The fuck is she there for?
Why are you there? I feel so bad for her.
Still men alive today that were drafted. Many of those men got sent to Korea, got sent to Vietnam. Those men came back with catastrophic post-traumatic stress disorder. They saw horrific things. I don't know why the fuck we were in Vietnam to begin with. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, I bet it
We're all dying to know why you thought.
What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, what's your thoughts on Nam, buddy?
For the selective service, if you don't register for the draft, it's technically a felony.
We invaded Vietnam to help out the Doors album sales.
$50,000. Also, if you don't register...
You know, if you actually think about it, Vietnam was like the first drone footage.
What do you mean?
It was like the first like great aerial footage in like cinema history.
Oh, the classic firebombing.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
That was like that was the blueprint for like every show now, where it's like an aerial shot of a city.
You're talking about this the Rescue Dawn footage.
I'm just talking about that famous footage of the horrific the Ho Chi Minh Trail being bombed and bomb like Apocalypse Now opening and shit.
You can't apply for federal student aid.
What I'm saying is Vietnam was the initial van life video.
You can't get like student loans or whatever. Also, you're barred from certain federal jobs if you don't register for the selective service as a man. There is no equivalent requirement for women to have to register, for example. So
I'm about to fucking kill myself.
Yeah, this is insane.
Women were absolutely...
Okay, Timbo Slice just goes, I have to say that I appreciate that you still respect everyone on here, Brian. Even when you don't agree, you argue logically and show them respect. Not common.
He's not showing them respect at all.
He's like, man, you're very respectful. You're a very respectful person. It's the type of talking where they wring their hands while they talk. They go, I could tell, Brian, you're a very respectful person. If you will.
Oppressed. But as we're men, I don't want to make it a competition. What I guess what I'm trying to say is, and I think it's a terrible kind of shifting of history. For the longest period of time, life was so incredibly difficult for everyone. We live the most coddled, privileged, easy lives.
Yeah.
Modernity has...
Do we know anything about this guy? He's also saying
I'm going to look it up. What's his fucking name?
Modernity Daily Wire number 4. Ding, 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 ding.
It's whatever podcast
Whatever
Brian.
podcast Brian. You look that up while we listen to this shithead.
Created... Like, the comforts of modernity cannot be understated. Life was brutal even 100, 200 years ago. Okay. It was difficult. Think about the things we take for granted. Electricity, plumbing, running water, hot water, showers 200 years ago. Imagine, bro, people get grumpy if they can't have a hot shower after a couple days.
I hope this guy gets tortured and killed.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just, what I'm trying to arrive at is that life was incredibly difficult for both men and women. Men and women fundamentally were partners. Men and women cooperated throughout all human history, and I think I
hope somebody gives this guy the same hot shower that Paul Dano gets in Prisoners.
Disastrous retelling of history to say men oppressed women, women were the oppressed. It teaches women to basically have contempt for and hatred for men, when in reality it was a very small, very, very small percentage of men, and it's not necessarily because they were men that had all the power. So
he went to USC.
Women had it hard in their own unique ways. Men,
5'9".
5'9".
He went to USC. That makes sense. That checks out.
I don't think Brian Atlas is his name's Brian Atlas. I don't know if that's his real name.
Brian Atlas. Yeah, right.
I'm thinking fucking Ayn Rand, Atlas Shrugged.
Right.
Maybe he's a big fucking libertarian.
Look into him. Why does he do this? And what is his history? And what is this?
There's no Wikipedia on
right. He's like
these weird ass.
He's just one of these people that is propped up. He's being paid off by somebody.
He's being paid off.
He's a CIA op. Yeah.
have had it hard in their own unique ways. But I don't like this retelling of history that men were always the
M. Martin.
Women were the oppressed.
Here we go.
Martin, thank you, man.
Nanny, you probably don't have to explain yourself to the kids you care for. However, in the real world, you cannot make aimless, ludicrous statements and not
has a bachelor's in business administration.
That hurts the validity of your claim. The oppressed nanny of girl. God bless you.
Yeah. Yo, Martin, thank you, man.
Yo, thanks, man. Amazing. That was so terrible.
Yeah,
he has a bachelor's in business administration, which means he opened up like a hot chicken stand.
Do you think it's wrong
and then failed at that, and he's like, I'm just going to go interview dumb whores.
Yeah, the guy's...
He literally, the day his hot chicken pop-up closed in Glendale, he walked right across the street, went to Target, got that fucking hoodie, and he's like, I'm going to interview dumb whores.
There's a million pictures of the guy that just look like he's in a gay porno. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, look at that.
Look at this gay porno shot.
Yeah.
That's gay porn straight, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the guy that's not retarded enough to be Mark Zuckerberg. You know? It's the opposite spectrum of the Harvard campus.
Right. He lost out on all like the good parts of autism.
The good parts of autism never got to him.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, our boy Jeremy Renner, he's back.
I love Ren.
He survived his fight with the snowplow. He won.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this and I felt so bad about the goofs we made about Ren because I love him actually.
No, I love Jeremy Renner.
I know, but we were mean.
I feel bad for his homes because there's always occasionally, that second floor gets riddled with bullets.
Oh well, I hate that. And I
feel bad for his kids too, because occasionally that second floor, your childhood room, riddled with bullets,
bathroom counter
because of a domestic dispute. He's a little angry.
Mm-hmm. Your little friendly fire,
friendly fire.
Yeah.
But I just watched The Bourne Legacy. Maybe that's why I'm a bit biased right now because I loved it.
I gotta watch that.
I forgot he was even in one of those.
Yeah,
he's the main Bourne in one of the new ones, in the newest one. Yeah, it's very good. Got shit on by the critics, but it's actually quite good. But anyways,
does he kill terrorists with like his bluegrass music?
Oh, well, Jesus Christ. No, he
starts strumming.
He's on steroids and he's climbing mountains and like fighting wolves and shit.
Okay, hey, I love Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
That kicks ass, dude.
Jeremy Renner had the greatest gangster performance since James Cagney in The Town. That's the best wild card character I've seen, literally probably since like James Cagney and like Public Enemy and those old movies.
Mm-hmm.
Think about him in The Town. He's fucking The Town.
He's very unhinged.
Rocks the shit.
The
Town kicks ass, and it's because of him.
I agree. He brings something that like you don't quite buy fully with Affleck.
Yep.
And I don't know why, but for years, ever since I've seen it, when he is in the shootout with John Hamm and he ducks behind the
gets the soda.
mailbox, he gets the soda, and then Hamm's like, just come out and drop your gun. And he goes, fuck you.
Yeah, he's like, fuck you.
And then he just starts spraying bullets.
Yep.
I don't know why, but that's like cemented in my brain.
Same.
I think about it once a day.
Same. Love Renner. And let's see how he recovered.
And Diane Sawyer, our friend Diane Sawyer. And Diane, I remember the moment we first saw that trailer of the Jeremy Renner interview. It takes your breath away.
No, it really does. Because as I said, it's not just that he teaches about a will to live, but willing yourself through pain to get back to strength. It's a lesson for every single person to turn your suffering into your strength. And it turns out
she's like, we've all been attacked by our snowplows.
It's a real Animaniacs fucking accident.
She goes, we all have 5,000 acre ranches. And occasionally in the winter, that snowplow comes a-calling.
and it crushed from his toes to his shins, his ankles, all the way up to his eye socket.
It was probably fake.
And I didn't know what I was going to find or see when I walked up to his home in Los Angeles and walked in the door.
We arrive at Jeremy Renner's house in Los Angeles. Then we expect
they walk up to him and he looks like
Looney Tunes.
He looks like Jim Varney in like Ernest Goes to Christmas. He's just like flat.
He has the piano teeth,
and recovering from a brutal accident.
There's a big tire tread across him.
Jeremy Renner today, there's a skid mark on his face.
It's like something from Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, he's walking like a fucking airhead.
He shows up out of a big black circle in the wall.
Birds flying over his head. There's big stars. There's
a pie on a windowsill and he's floating.
Little tiny blue birds like just fly over his head.
But what's that?
Oh my God! Fuck yeah, dude!
Jesus Christ!
Ren's back.
This is how he starts it with Diane Sawyer.
He plays fucking.
He dances to Any Way You Want It alone in his mansion.
He goes, tell me when Sawyer's about to walk in. I'm gonna play Any Way You Want It.
Oh God!
Diane Sawyer's like, "Are you gonna rape me?"
He's
got a loaded handgun.
People everywhere, and the patient is dancing.
Oh wow! Obviously, he didn't suffer any brain damage.
She goes, and this was the first time my pussy's been wet in over 15 years.
Feels good.
Oh fuck!
Oh, he's got a walker.
Where am I?
Easing up on it.
Hey, look at you! Look at you!
Oh, I feel really bad now. I didn't know he was this fucked up.
So great to see you.
This is actually a fast recovery. He's faking.
Touch anything that hurts. Oh, everything's good. Is this new?
Yeah, I just got up right yesterday. I just got on my feet yesterday, yeah.
You know, in high school, I was such a prick. I go to all the football games, and anytime like a player that didn't matter got injured, I'd go, Faker! And then they'd want to kick my ass on Monday.
Kicks ass.
One time I yelled at this kid. I like him. I forget his name. Joey something. And the star football player got injured, and it was a horrible night. And this kid who never played was on the sideline. He was looking at us, and we were like, Joey, it should have been
you! Oh, that's cruel.
But it's only been 10 weeks since this.
It's the beginning of Wind River.
Okay, snowplow.
Oh, hell yeah.
Someone's been run over by a snowcat. Hurry.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
So, I don't know. Someone's in front of my house on the ground. They got run over by a snowcat. He's been crushed.
Okay, we have...
Send paramedics, ambulance.
Everyone's on the way right now, okay?
Come quick, Jeremy Renner's trying to wrestle heavy machines again.
You might want to get a life flight out here immediately.
Okay, are you with them right now?
Yes, he is in rough shape.
He's moaning on the ground.
Is he awake?
Barely.
Are there any obvious injuries?
Oh my God, yes.
I just have to ask.
Oh my God, yes.
He's fucked up.
This is the voice on that 911 call. Rich Kovach, who lives in a nearby house.
It was the blood, amount of blood, and then he was just in such pain, and the sounds that were coming out of him, and there was so much blood in the snow. And then when I looked at his head, it appeared to me to be cracked wide open, and I could see white. I don't know if that was his skull, maybe it was just my imagination, but that's what I thought I saw.
Probably snow,
Kovach called for his partner, Barb Fletcher, to come help.
I didn't know who it was. I just saw somebody laying there and just a lot of blood coming from his head. And
just kept yelling, whose car we taking?
Grabbed one of the towels that was still folded and just applied pressure. I could tell
Whose
he
snowplow we
was
taking?
really struggling to breathe.
Whose fucking snowplow we taking?
The two terrified strangers are not the only ones there. So is a young man named Alex Freeze.
That's his name's Alex Freeze?
The nephew lifts his uncle's arm. It seems to help him breathe.
Just breathe. Just breathe. That's right. And I stood over him in his crouched position, holding his arm, for the entire time. From seconds after that guy came over, it was just that, and I'm just like locked in on him.
Man, we did not know it was this bad. Maybe we did. We'll go back to the episode.
I mean, he got crushed by a snowplow.
I think if we go back to the episode, they're probably like the story we're watching. They're like, he might not live, and we're like,
we thought it was worse than it was. Actually,
Yeah,
I remember.
right? Yeah,
we thought he might be. We actually did.
We
thought he lost his legs.
We took it seriously.
Yeah, I remember that.
We're good people here.
I feel very bad about it.
No, I'm not. I'm saying we're good. I'm saying we're really good people here.
Yeah. That was a mistake.
That was We got it wrong.
We're solid boys.
It actually wasn't that bad, and he should be made fun of.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
He's okay now.
What does he play in this? He plays
Hawkeye.
the Hawkeye. God, fucking suck my cock.
Yeah, he's the bow and arrow man.
Avengers. Do you remember the pain?
Oh, all of it, yeah. I started to move my legs, and I said, oh, that one's really messed up. But I said, oh, yeah, that's gonna be a problem. And they're like, what's my body look like? Am I just gonna be like a spine and a brain, like a science experiment? Is that my existence now?
Am I going to be singing? Am I going to be singing Leon Bridges covers outside of microbreweries in Austin, just like in a wheelchair the rest of my life?
And how did you first hear about it, Valerie?
Kimmy called me. Can we just stop? I don't know.
This is his mom.
He was intubated. He was out. He
shouldn't have been operating a snowplow.
His breathing.
He was incubated. He wasn't.
No, in the first place. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
I don't like that picture.
I heard that you had, in sign language, you said to your family, I'm sorry.
He goes, my sister came in the room. She put this thing on the wall. It said, Ojibwe sang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm signing that. Because I am sorry.
But the mom, he says, taught him everything about being tough and never giving up. Stays by his side. And your mom read to you.
Oh, Jesus. So she's reading Stephen King, some like horror thing. But she just wants to like read
Hell
like she's
yeah.
reading Dr. Seuss to me, like, you know.
How about his Langoliers?
How now, brown cow?
It happened to be what I was reading at the time. But I just wanted him to hear my voice.
It was thinner. It's a masterpiece, actually.
He wants everyone to know that the real superpower is the ability to transform your suffering into your strength.
Shooting a handgun.
The real superpower is a bank account full of $500 million. He wants everyone to know his real superpower is having the backing of the MCU universe.
So shift the narrative of it being victimized or making a mistake or anything else. I refuse to be haunted by that memory that way. This is what I talk to my family about from all their perspectives, which are horrifying, that I put upon them.
He goes, as long as I have my family and I'm insured by Bob Iger, nothing will stop me.
Just say that.
Yeah.
He goes, literally, the first thing I thought of was, I hope Iger's not pissed.
That's real love. It's suffering, but that feeds the seeds of what love is.
I fucking agree,
positive energy.
That was
real. He just
Let's
will
play
not-
one of his songs really fast.
Yeah, one of the radio.
I don't know if we can do that.
The Imagine Dragons songs he makes.
No, he has like original music.
I think we did this the last time too, but he does. But I can't play his videos.
Yeah, you can't play the videos.
Okay, let's not risk it, I guess. But Jesus, go listen at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pause this right now and turn on Renner.
Put on Renner. Turn us off. Put
Your
on Renner.
priorities in order.
For Christ's sake.
Listen to Renner.
You guys want to see a guy who killed somebody come back the next day hammered and brag to the cops about it?
Yeah. I have to piss.
I haven't seen this.
You've seen this, Joey? Yeah. God, you're so good.
I'm good. I've seen
You're fucking good. He's good.
You seen this?
Joey knows everything I know. Everything I know. Well, let's wait for him, but you know. How you doing, John? How was work today, you fuck?
That was fine.
But it was wild.
Oh, it was crazy, dude. It was nuts.
I know.
Last like 4 days, I've had a lot of weirdo homeless people, which I know it sounds like redundant to you, but like it's just I think this full moon's fucking everybody up or something.
Well, you almost got stabbed a week ago.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't even talk about. I didn't almost get.
The video's pretty intense.
I got in an argument with a man who had a knife.
Yeah.
He didn't pull it out,
but he hated
but he
you.
had it. He hated.
Kept
me,
calling
and
you
he
every
kept
name in the book.
He called me a fag like 300 times.
Yep.
And it's all on video. And then he started calling everyone. He was Latino, but he started calling everyone in the bar like each racial epithet you could possibly think of.
Yeah, I heard. It was weird. He was Latino, but he kept making Mexican jokes too to people.
He kept yelling Mexican jokes, and then like security wasn't. They just stood like 10 feet away. So now I got like beef with these security guards who they knew this guy had a knife because I mouthed at him like he's got a knife, and I was in front of him, and he kept trying to like punk me out.
And they never came over and did anything?
They were standing like 15 feet away, just standing there, and then we confronted them because they've come into the bar before to get rid of people, but we apparently that day they came up with a new rule where they're not allowed to come into the bar anymore. And it's very funny. And so basically this guy, I just let this guy abuse me for 30 minutes until, and then he spit at my feet and spit on me. I
saw that. That's in the video.
At one point he tried to throw a glass of water in my face, but he didn't do it. And then at another point he tried to like do one of like these towards me or like pretend like
I saw that. He kept trying to act like he was about to do
up
it.
with me. The part where I'm doing this to him, I was like ready to fight him. But I remember there was a point where he started talking about my coworker's ass, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna grab, like, try to lock this guy up in some way or something because this is annoying me. And but then I was like, I remember this video of like this guy. I watched this guy get stabbed with a screwdriver one time, and I just like it kept playing.
Yeah,
in my
dude,
head.
don't do that.
And
You're a bartender.
No. I know. It's fucking.
You're gonna get killed like River Phoenix and Stand By Me.
I know. But I remember doing like a quick. I was like, I'm gonna look him over because he kept putting his hands in his pockets. I was like, I don't know if he has a knife in his pockets, but then I looked at him and on his hip he had this big ass knife, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna fuck with him. But then later on, basically, he eventually left. I just kept telling him like, hey, this isn't gonna go the way you want it to go. Like, this isn't going to go. I kept being like, just relax, just calm down. Don't say this in front of kids. He was saying like all these horrible things in front of kids. And then this isn't going to go the way you want it to go. And eventually he just got fed up and left. And then the cops came and it was just bullshit. The cops were the coolest ones about it, but they didn't do anything.
I really need you to get a new job, man. Because truly, you're putting yourself in harm's way every day. You work at the one
fucking firefighter.
You work at the one bar that is like that. You could work at a dive bar and deal with less shit, man.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, if something were to happen to you, you'd be ruining my life. I wouldn't be able to function.
A lot of people's lives would be ruined.
Yes. Do you want to do that?
Yeah,
you like that? Is that funny to you?
No, I'm fine. I know what you mean. I'm keeping in mind. Yeah.
It actually might be the most dangerous bar in Los Angeles.
Yes. No, truly. It's the only place that's a hub for constant moving traffic of insane people.
Yeah. Like even the Lexington, which is in the heart of Skid Row, they didn't really have homeless people there ever. They would kick them out.
No, they kick them out.
What is that bar? I don't even remember.
It's a terrible bar, like literally right next to Skid Row. I used to do open mics there. It was horrific. I saw a guy in a
I remember the Lexington.
Had a Ted Bundy shirt on there. I left. It scared me.
Yeah, it's like
you did stand up there once, I believe.
I don't remember this. I don't remember any of it.
It's in Skid Row, and it's like probably what people would think is the worst possible location for a bar, but yours is worse. I think you might be at the
because the Metro.
At the worst, most dangerous, shitty bar because of the Metro.
It's a fun place. All right, let's watch this fucking. Who's this guy?
You haven't seen this, John?
No.
Hell yeah. All right, so this is killer sentenced to 26 years after returning to murder scene to drunkenly tell the cops what happened.
That's crazy.
This kicks ass. He's like a really cocky, like British dude.
Oh.
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for I can help her. What's going on?
Uniform one night?
Yeah, I can help her.
Why do British dudes look like this?
I don't know. He's jacked.
Dressed like they're all jacked and tan.
Like it's Guy Ritchie character.
Yeah, what happened to British guys?
He's like, it's all right. He's on emergency last night, right? It's right. It's come back today, and so these cops hit him and said, "I want to get on a plane. I come down off the plane. Plane lands. Talk to the bad guy. Talk to the good guy. Talk to the mate. Talk to the comic. I'm the."
This is one of these guys.
They're involved, so.
Go again.
But
yeah. He's holding a bottle of whiskey.
Thank you.
What's your name?
She's pretty chill about this so far.
I don't give a because I know what happened. And you need me to figure it out, what happened. If you don't have me, you don't know what happened.
This is like Joey getting drunk and walking into the lobby of his apartment. He's like, who knows what happened to the TV, mate? who knows about TV, mate?
I have a TV update, by the way, because
you don't fucking know what happened. Only I know what happened, mate.
He taunting them. After this, we'll get into your TV.
It's very fast.
I just know that some guy come here.
Yeah.
And then he up some guy. I don't know what happened.
Right.
I don't know what happened. He just got
holding a bottle.
He's not
of,
British. He's like Russian.
He sounds like Romanian or something.
Yeah.
Polish.
Holding a bottle of VSOP.
Yeah, that kicks ass.
Almost fully empty.
You're gonna think about me, but it's not gonna be me because there's no proof.
He's not gonna be me.
It's George St. Pierre.
So you think something's happened to
He's
him
not gonna be me. There's your bitch.
No, I know what happened.
What
I know
happened then?
everything.
Tell me
I know
what
everything.
happened.
This city is mine. I'm not gonna
This
tell
city
you.
is yours.
The city is mine.
That kicks ass.
This city is mine.
Imagine being an immigrant to a new country
and you're
and
like,
doing that.
this city is mine.
Just killing people and claiming the city.
Just a drunk Romanian guy wandering around Sunset Boulevard. You're like, this city is mine.
Yeah, this city is mine.
There he is being arrested. Enjoy life in prison, fucko.
You've been arrested.
No, he's going to
We're
get 2 weeks. 'cause it's
trying,
illegal.
we're trying not.
Okay,
we're trying not to manhandle you, but we need you to get in the van.
So polite.
I know. In
Yes.
America, they would have shot him.
Would you like a biscuit? Would that calm you down? If we give you a little biscuit? There he is. Found guilty. Life in prison. There you go.
Ah.
Good job.
Sorry, Hecko.
Sorry, Hecko. Terrible work.
Marek Hecko.
One of the worst murders we've ever seen. You're just an idiot. Joey, so what's going on with the TV sitch for the public listeners here? Joey allegedly broke the TV of
fake news
of his apartment complex.
Yeah, didn't happen.
It never happened. There's no evidence of it. But
if you go on Patreon,
if you go on Patreon, there's maybe something we made. That
It's a witch hunt.
It's a witch hunt, but there is something on Patreon if you want to watch that maybe tells the story. But as of now, it's an alleged case.
Mm-hmm.
But Joey apparently broke about an 80-inch TV in the home theater of his apartment complex,
allegedly,
with a giant Great statue of a Great Dane, and he's been avoiding paying for it for about a year now, and his apartment complex got new management. So the new management doesn't seem to really know about what happened, but now they saw these charges, and they keep thinking it's Joey's rent and that he's like not paying his rent. Joey pays his rent. He's not paying for this false accusation. And so that's about it.
Right. So, so they saw this amount due for the TV left over by the previous management. They thought it was rent, and they served me they served me an eviction lawsuit.
Yes. They're trying to evict you.
So I came back to my apartment, and there was a big stack of papers where it was essentially informing me that I'm being sued for not paying rent. So anyways, cleared it up with the team, talked to the assistant manager of the apartment building, and so I'll just read the email that I just sent, and that should kind of explain things. She asked me to send this email. So I said, "Hi, recently I was served an eviction lawsuit because we accidentally mistook an amount of money, which was previously requested of me by the former management company, to be paid in order to reimburse a leased apartment building for a TV as an amount of money for overdue rent. I called and spoke to the assistant manager. She apologized about the wrongful eviction lawsuit that I was served, dropped the lawsuit, and then requested that I send a summary of what I described to her to this email address. So this is what it is.
Okay, here we go.
Sometime several months before the change of apartment management, a group of people and I used the TV room in the shared apartment theater to watch a basketball game. A week or two after this, the old management company gave me a call and informed me that the TV had been damaged on the night that we were in there. Apparently, they noticed that my key fob was the one that had accessed the theater room nearest the time they thought the TV might have been damaged. And so they assumed that I was guilty. When they notified me, I told them I wasn't aware of any TV being damaged, and I said I'd need to talk to a lawyer about whether or not I would be liable for something like this. And then I requested to know the amount that I would owe and if I were actually liable. They sent the amount and apparently put it on a ledger. This is the amount that was later mistaken for rent. But then after speaking with the lawyer and requesting more information from the previous management, we seemed to agree that I was not responsible. Or at least that's what I assumed, because we had stopped communications about it. It's possible that the previous management company just got busy with other stuff while preparing to transition to the new management company and forgot about it. But sometime later, the management company changed, and I assumed it was resolved until recently when the wrongful eviction came up. I don't have anything definitive in the email correspondences between the old management company and I that would immediately resolve this issue, so I'm not quite sure what the best way to proceed on this is. But I just wanted to reach out and stay on top of it and hopefully figure out a resolution soon.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thanks, guys. Sorry about the confusion. I'm aware that the old management company may not have done a great job transitioning
Good job
to the new building.
You're a master,
Yeah,
dude.
good job
Master of
giving them out.
gaslighting.
Fantastic.
So now they look like idiots, and I think I'm
What do you
fucking
think's happening
scot-free.
next? You think it's over?
I think they're going to forward that to a lawyer. A lawyer's going to see the words wrongful eviction in an email, and I think they're probably dealing with a bunch of fucking bullshit.
Right.
Because it was not a good transition.
Right.
And I think they're probably getting sued by a bunch of different people.
Well, they were running a whorehouse out of that apartment complex,
Exactly.
too, so
What?
they got bigger issues. Yeah.
There's yeah.
Joey and I were in the elevator one time, and there was a pimp and two obvious whores, and they were using one of the rooms to whatever. Yeah.
It's a live/work apartment building, so you could live there or you could build a business there. And people took advantage of that, and they made a whorehouse out of it.
Yep. And then on top, and then besides that, then there's like massage, like it's like gay guys that like run a massage place. It's like a gay like Jack Shack.
Joey
Basically,
decided to move into the Deadwood of Los Angeles.
yeah, it's like a small saloon town of downtown LA.
But so I think I'm off scot-free.
You're good, man.
Yeah, good job, bud.
Isn't that email nice?
That's a great email, dude. That
I
was
think
great.
Anybody who reads that, they're like,
You
leave
seem like a great guy. You're giving him an out. You're like, hey, listen, I know the previous people weren't as good as you.
It's also full of a bunch of like boring bullshit. Because I was getting bored in the middle of it, and I'm like, that's perfect. Even the person reading that's like,
I tried to read it as fast as possible, but I wanted to pack it full of like, here are legitimate excuses. This sounds official. This sounds like something that a real guy would say.
No, but I'm saying that in a good way, because the person reading it's like, yeah, he must be right. Like, he's boring the shit out of
giving
me.
stats. He's
it's
giving
all these stats,
info, and yeah.
All right, you guys want to wrap this up and maybe do a little? Should we do? We have John's Gun Corner questions.
Oh yeah,
do we have John's Gun Corner? All right. All right. So we're gonna do a little. I'm gonna try another Elliott Smith thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try like Needle in the Hay this time, like a better
thought we
version.
did Needle in the Hay.
Yeah, but I didn't really master it.
Yeah.
So let's try it out. Yeah. All right. So here we go. This is John's Gun Corner. Hey Watch Podcast. John's Gun Corner. Hey Watch Podcast. Hand on his arm. This is Elliott Smith dying. Hand on his arm, it's that charm that he really lacks. You're at Applebee's on a date and he keeps ordering apps. He's really fat, you wanna leave, but he won't let you. He's really fat and gay.
He's really fat and
He's really fat and gay. He's really fat and gay. He's so fat and gay. He's so fat and gay. You're having sex back at his place, and he tells you to flex. He can't get off until you feel like a man. He needs you to be vascular. He needs you to be vascular because he's gay and he won't admit it.
I need to fuck dudes.
Oh yeah, it's John's Gun Corner. He's really fat and gay. He's really fat and gay. He's really fat and gay. So fat and gay. He'll make kale with a stick of butter and think it's healthy.
Yeah! Very good. Did you come up with fat and gay before? Or did you come up with that on the spot?
I copied a comment. Somebody wrote that in the comments and I copied it. Sorry, I forget who you are. Thank you so much.
Kind of a slam dunk. There are probably 4 listeners that know the original song that get how good that was. Welcome to John's Gun Corner. A couple guns pointed at us. First of all, shout out to Anna Pittman from modernstemsugar.com.
Hi, Anna.
Oh, yeah.
Anna_Pitt on Instagram and modernstemsugar.com.
Yeah.
I mean, Modern Stem Sugar on Instagram.
Shout out to Alex for donating us a bunch of beer money from Romania. Thank you so much.
Whoa, what?
Have you been?
Are you pocketing money?
No. He subscribed to the Patreon. He's a $50 a month guy.
Oh!
He's
What's his name? What's his full name?
Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
I saw
that. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
Let me have one of these guns.
He wanted to send us money directly, but I was like, you better get in that Patreon.
Very good, very good. Okay. Anna Pitt's sick. She is sick and she makes great cookies for the podcast. First question.
Yeah.
Here's a tactical skills question. If you had a standard .22 long rifle with iron sights and had to hit a bullseye 100 yards away, could you do it? And if that bullseye was instead a man spreading his asshole open at you, would there be a better chance of your cock penetrating his ass or the bullet penetrating the target?
100 yards away.
From Fredis.
I don't think my cock's that long, buddy.
But would you walk over?
Would I run over?
Yeah.
Like sprint over? I sprint like fucking... like Logan at the end of Wolverine.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
So yes, it's more likely he would have sex with the man. Here's a 2-part question.
Okay.
Part number 1. What heavy machine gun would be most ideal mounted on a Toyota Prius or a similar hatchback? From John. A man also named John. Go ahead.
I don't know. Fuck, a heavy machine gun? Like a fucking... Something with a smaller caliber, I guess, and like a little one of those little Browning 30 calibers or something. I think that may be a lame machine. I don't know.
Why is that? Because it would be...
Well, you don't want a big giant fucking machine gun on a Prius. It's a little car.
They have... Don't they have good suspension?
Can't get like a Gatling gun on it?
Yeah, you get like... Well, that'd be fun, actually. Yeah, those Civil War ones
you
from
ever
like
see the War
Wild
Wagon?
West.
Like a mini...
No.
Sure,
Old Western, John Wayne, Kirk Douglas. I used to love it.
So what was the gun? What was your answer?
Like a little Browning.
Browning.
Yeah.
Okay, now part 2 of the question. Now, with that Browning machine gun mounted to your Prius, who would be driving? Who would be shooting? And who would be doing the spotting? Would Devin be driving? Would Joey be doing the spotting? Let's assume you're fighting the LAPD. What route would you take to raid one of their HQs for weapons? And then where would you hide in the countryside? I'm talking about protracted guerrilla warfare here.
Okay, so Devin will be driving because Joey doesn't have a license. Devin's
car is full of dents.
I'm gonna be honest. I know that was what I thought firstly, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Joey.
I'm very good at driving.
Joey,
I'm a much better driver than both.
Joey, I've known you for 10 years.
Yeah,
I don't think you've ever driven me anywhere.
Never driven around, and I've never seen you drive. Literally in my life.
It's a complete unknown.
Drivers don't drive for free.
Yeah, okay. It's a complete unknown, Joey. So it's got to be Dev.
Nah.
You'll did it again. Spotting's
the kid
cool.
did it again.
Spotting's cool. You could be the spotter.
Okay, sure. Answer the question. Hurry up.
You think we're your apartment complex?
I'm the shooter.
I just read a 45-minute email, but hurry the hell up and be yours.
I'm the shooter, of course. Devin's driving. You're the spotter. Spotting's fun. And then, protracted guerrilla warfare. We'll just go out to the fucking Mojave and do like a goddamn Mad
We're
Max
fighting the LAPD. How do we raid their HQ?
Oh, like fucking Terminator 1, dude.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes. That's the perfect answer.
Yeah.
That's the perfect answer. And now I wrote a bonus question based on this John's question.
What was it?
Here's the bonus question. Who wins in a 3-team deathmatch race? Team number 1 is Twinkerus on meth.
Yeah.
With a remote-controlled minigun mounted to the top of his Yaris.
Oh, kind of like Twisted Metal?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's a race.
Okay.
Team number 2 is the Tesla Road Rager with a metal pipe.
Okay.
No guns. Just a metal pipe in his car.
That's tough.
Team number 3 is Kohlberger in his creamy white Hyundai Elantra with his dad sitting passenger giving pace notes.
Oh, it's for sure Twinkerous. He's got a fucking gun.
Well, what about Kohlberger?
With pace notes? What do you mean?
So when a man sits passenger in a car race and he's like, "Oh, there's a
like
turn
rally,
coming
like
up."
rally.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, a race. You know, I think Twinkers would fuck it up somehow because he hit that fucking rock.
He's crashing.
He's cranking. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think, Kohlberger had to like sneak into somebody's apartment and kill him with a knife silently.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking Tesla Road Rager is up in people's faces. That guy's aggressive as shit.
Oh, that guy's
I think it may be Tesla Road Rager.
That guy's being bludgeoned in a shower right now.
He's like
being raped.
He's like Jeff Dahmer.
I think he's the shot caller at whatever jail he's at.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But so you say Tesla Road Rager.
I think Tesla Road Rager. If Twinkerous fucks up at the beginning and like kills himself somehow,
Twinkerous is crashing immediately.
He's crashing. Yeah, so it's probably
let's be
Tesla Road
honest,
Rager.
I mean,
Kohlberger's not standing up to Tesla Road Rager with his pipe.
Well, he has a knife.
Tesla Road Rager still take him out, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tesla Road Rager. Next question. If John had to stuff any gun up his fat ass to sneak into prison, what would it be? What would it be, and why is it a full-size javelin launcher for Max?
Max, I think you can make like little zip guns. If you can make like a 22 zip gun and then somehow like make it smooth enough.
What is a zip gun?
It's like a little gun you just make with like a pipe and like a spring. And
is that what Shinzo Abe was killed by?
No, that was a electronically fired black powder shotgun. A zip gun is what they killed that girl with in Munich, where they're unscrewing it real quick and then putting bullets in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a pipe, and you could just like either like there's a latch. It's just basically like the most basic firearm you could possibly.
How does it fire?
The same way it has a pin and a spring, and there's some sort of thing that activates the spring and the pin, and it fires it through the barrel. But you usually load each bullet individually.
Oh, they have gunpowder in their ass as well, or something. Some type of.
Well, the bullet has gunpowder in it. The bullet has
they have bullets.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I can make, you can go to like Home Depot and make like a 9mm zip gun if you wanted to, like tonight.
Sure, but so they have the bullets in their ass as well.
Yeah,
so it was 9mm zip gun in their in his ass.
Sick.
Here's a weird one. Did you know that John Wick dies at the end of John Wick 4?
Fuck off.
And this is from a guy calling himself the movie spoiler.
Wow.
Oh, wow, that's really funny.
Did that actually happen? I don't know.
Oh, that's funny.
We only got 30 minutes in.
Well, it sucks. I want to see that movie. Thank you, movie spoiler.
Scumbag.
What an asshole.
You're an asshole.
God, I love that. Good job.
That's funny, though.
Good job, dude.
JP Ryder Morgan.
Love him. Love you,
Fan
JP.
favorite JP Ryder Morgan.
Joey's just like a natural carnival barker.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He goes, "Hello, gang. Shout out to all the Patreon hate watchers, John. Here it goes. If you had a piece of land and you had 300 monkeys."
Oh, I like this.
As you wake up in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
As you wake up in the morning and stare out the window, which rifle do you use to kill your early morning monkeys?
Oh, the early morning monkeys.
Not quite done.
Okay.
Cheers. Also, thanks, Joey, for the pussy shout out last week. Didn't get any pussy, but got a bunch of dick pics instead from JP Ryder. Right? Listen, I've been doing pussy announcements for a long time. They never worked. You get dick pics.
Get JP some pussy, okay? Send him titties, anything. Early morning rifle. I would get like a fucking dude. I get like a fucking Kentucky like black powder, like one from like fucking the Revolutionary War.
You want to kill monkeys with an old
like you pull the trigger and it's like
yeah, that'd be cool.
And then like there's like a 6 foot long puff of smoke, and then a monkey like 100 yards away just explodes.
I'd like to kill him like like to kill him like while Jane Goodall's holding them.
Yeah. I'd have it'd be that wakey moment from Schindler's List, but I just got done fucking Jane Goodall, and then she wakes up and I blow a monkey's brains out
right in front of her.
Yeah,
and then she's like, "Who have I been with?"
Yeah,
and it really hurts. Like, it really affects her. And you go, "Welcome."
You bring you bed Jane Goodall because you're like, "I have a chimp sanctuary."
Yeah,
I have a chimp sanctuary. Come to my chimp sanctuary. It's amazing.
And then
you
sell her to like a Panamanian village or something, and
I would just shock her with my monkey crimes.
I would like to kill the gorilla that did sign language to Robin Williams.
I wanted
shoot
to
him
kill,
in the back of the head.
I've wanted to kill Coco the gorilla for so long. I have so many fantasies about Coco the gorilla being like, sign languaging, like, love is good, love is flowers or some shit, and I just a shotgun.
Yeah, Coco the gorilla is really like the fucking like the rupee cower of gorillas.
She's
like
a real
the
piece
Roxanne
of shit.
Gay of gorillas.
Yeah. Dude,
Coco's signing.
Coco.
Please put the gun down.
She thinks she's so fucking smart. That goddamn chimp. If it was so smart,
Is it a gorilla or a chimp?
It's a gorilla, but
Coco's
it should be. Why, if you're so smart, why are you in a fucking cage, Coco?
Yeah, I'm more a fan of glowrillas.
There we go. Yes,
Right,
Devin,
folks?
very good.
I'm sassy.
Very good.
I'm a bit of a ratchet.
Next question. This is a long one. John, I am sorry people make fun of you for being a fat retard.
Thank you.
It is not true, and Gutter Oil is a seminal podcast.
Thank you. Gutter Oil's great.
One day your success will cause those who insulted you to eat their words and bow down to your greatness.
Is this my subconscious sending a question?
Hell yeah. Well, why do you have any doubts? You know you're great.
That was what I was saying. Is my subconscious? I'm telling myself.
No,
keep
right.
going.
But you don't need to tell yourself like you're great.
Thanks.
And I love you. Please
I love
don't.
you too,
Just believe it.
Just believe it, man.
Because it's true.
Yeah, I know.
You've got the touch.
What's going on here? Keep it going.
Back to the question.
I just think about how good of a sport John is sometimes, and I'm like really proud of him. He's been an amazing. He's been, people. It's fun to in the comments and stuff to be like, oh fuck John, but it's like he's allowed himself to become a character, and you're an idiot if you don't think that he's like aware of this.
I'm the most controversial person.
He cares about comedy more than a scumbag out there.
John is smart in a sleepy way that you would never see coming.
He's smart, he's smart, like in Gilbert Grape, like Leonardo, like Leonardo DiCaprio does get down from the water tower.
Yeah, Devin always is. Devin's always telling me to get down from high places. As me and Devin sing, I run into. One time I smashed a cricket in Devin's mailbox, and he comforted me while I was crying.
Well, because I took John up to a water tower one time because he goes, I want to eat the flying chickens. And so we went up and he started catching birds.
Joey's opening a burger franchise. All right, what was the rest of the question?
Very good. The rest of the question. Find my spot because it's a long one.
Yeah, I got to piss.
One day your success will cause those who insulted you to eat their words and bow down to your greatness. We do, however, know that you are, in fact, one of the gayest men in the history of podcasting.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
And will burn in hell for allowing your asshole to be a cum dumpster.
Not true. Not true.
Why he turned on a dime?
He turned quick.
No.
Knowing this, if you were to be hit with a massive load of cum, which method would you prefer? Assume that none of these will kill you, but rather just leave you looking incredibly gay.
Yeah.
Number one, pull your pants down and be shot in the asshole with a cum-filled bazooka at point-blank range.
Okay.
Number two, detonate 2 cum-filled grenades while you hold them tightly against your ears.
That's pretty sick, yeah.
Number 3, deep throat a Barrett M82 and swallow 10 loads of 50 caliber cum bullets. Leo Miller.
These all seem pretty deadly, but I'm gonna just say cum grenades probably because that's just
cum
that's
grenades.
Hilarious.
Very good.
Can I do it? Can I do it like in public around a bunch of people?
He didn't specify.
Yeah. Well, I would do it in public. I would,
almost done.
That's
now.
a sick way to like.
All right,
fucking
last question.
Cum grenades. Cum. Okay,
yeah,
John's
cum
good. I think I sent this at the Hate Watch account by mistake, but before I still want to know what is the best gun for killing
okay, stop, Joey.
It's the feral hogs. It's the dumb feral hogs meme. Let's skip that one. Okay, next. Let's go. Okay, AR. I'm not convinced that John knows how to kill an animal. He might be too much of a pussy to take the soul of another living creature. John, name every animal that you've ever personally killed and how you killed them from Isaiah.
I can name
That's
animals I've
question.
fucked, and it's your mom, but
Isaiah.
And on that is a wrap-up of John's Gun Corner. Oh, yeah, it's John's Gun. I can't believe this has evolved to this point.
I can't believe it's continuing.
I actually start feeling nervous that I don't have a song ready. It's John's Gun Corner.
It's good music either way.
It's good.
Way too many people sending questions to a working class cog. You shouldn't want the advice of him.
All my advice is professional and should be taken seriously. All financial advice, mental health advice, and tactical advice, martial arts advice. Everything should be taken 100% seriously and applied to your everyday life.
He's one of the greatest men who's ever lived. His name is John, and he's on the Hate Watch podcast.
My favorite friend in the whole wide world.
Our favorite person in the whole wide world.
Are you trying to touch my hand, Devan?
Even though he's got a terrible snake tattoo.
It's a really fucking good tattoo. Fuck you.
Sure.
Fuck you. It's great. Fuck you.
Right.
It's fucking cool, dude.
Did you get that at Hot Topic Fag?
Yeah, yeah, I did, dickhead.
Oh, yeah.
It looks sick, Joey. Come
He
on.
gets his tattoos at Spencer's gift shop. But what can you do?
I'm gonna get more now. All right.
Hate Watch podcast, folks.
Wait. No.
What?
I gotta piss my balls off. What's up?
What's up, Joey?
Hang on. This is actually quite serious.
Pause it. What are you about to say?
Let it play.
Let it ride?
This is perfect.
Oh, well, you know.
My gosh. So I have something quite serious to talk about.
What?
We have to call my mom.
Whoa. Really? Why?
Can I pee?
You pee.
Yeah, I'll pee.
I have to pee too. I mean,
yeah,
we were going to the Patreon.
I told my mom.
Let's go to the Patreon.
No.
We've done an hour and 30 here.
Jesus fucking Christ.
We'll make this be like 10 minutes. You pee, John.
I'm peeing.
Devin and I will do
I love
You pee
both. I love
after
you.
him. I'll handle this.
Okay, yeah, okay. We'll do it in shifts.
All right. I didn't know you had something planned. What's going on here?
No. So I spoke to my mom. Oh, get out there.
All right. No.
Harry back, cocksucker.
Hey, I'm into giving the people a long episode.
Okay, do you have my mom's phone number?
Yeah, possibly. No, I do actually, I think.
Okay. So here, my mom is a huge fan of bringing up a couple of my most embarrassing moments.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, let's see if it's connected. Yeah, explain.
So most recently at Christmas, first Christmas, my little sister's serious boyfriend joined us, and my mom couldn't help herself, and she's done this a bunch of times. She just constantly brings up these two stories that she thinks are bad because of my behavior, and I think that I was wrongfully accused of.
And what was this behavior, Joseph?
So I allegedly ruined 2 different birthdays by being arrested.
Same day?
No, 2 different times, 2 different birthdays, 2 different arrests.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Both caused by booze.
I gotta say, this tracks.
And so my mom always guilts me on. This is her favorite thing to bring up. She just always goes hey, yeah, right. Remember when you ruined those birthdays? And she won't stop doing it. So I guess
she wants you to, be healthier.
No, she's.
Did you put it on?
She's mad about it
Roadcaster?
still. Okay.
All right. Why is she mad?
Oh no.
Hey, Mom.
Hello.
Hey, Julie. How you doing?
Hi.
Good to hear from you.
How are you guys?
We're good. We're recording right now, and Joey. We're about to end, and Joey demanded we call you because he's very upset about some accusations.
Mom, are you?
What kind?
Can you talk right now? Can we go into this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so basically, I was telling Devan that you're a big fan of bringing up a couple of stories about me that I wish would just go away. And
me too.
And so it's two different birthdays that I ruined by being arrested for drunken behavior on each one. And I want to settle this once and for all. So you tell your side of it, and then I'm going to defend myself.
Okay.
Okay, which one do you want me to tell first?
Do the first one, whatever one happened first.
Well, I'm not even sure. It seems like it was a real bad time. Maybe all in the same. I don't know, but okay. So the first one, I think the first one was my 50th birthday, and I had a really big party at my house, and I had high school friends here, I had college friends here, I had all my Rapid City friends here, all my kids were here. Louis and his girlfriend at the time showed up to surprise me, and you were going to college at Black Hill State at the time, and so you were going to come that day. And I think it was, I don't know, maybe around, you were coming early that day, like maybe around lunchtime. That time you were going to come see everybody and be here for the party. And then we got a call that you were arrested because you were driving, you were driving home from Spearfish, and you must have been around Sturgis, and you were driving like, I don't know, 95 miles an hour. And they pulled you over.
That's I always drive that fast. Go on.
What, Miss Julie?
No, Charlie, let her go. I'll explain later.
Okay.
So, you got arrested and you smelled like alcohol, and you were driving fast and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they gave you all the breathalyzer stuff and all that stuff, and they took you to jail. And then at the Sturgis jail, maybe because that's where they have the rally and stuff, they don't let you get out of jail for 20 until you blow zero. And so we didn't see you till the whole next
And there was no judge available, and so basically
they don't let you out until you blow zero.
Yeah.
Well, so they didn't let Joey out for like 7 months.
Yeah. I'm just amazed he can drive.
Mom, that's not funny. Mom, that's not funny. So basically, from my mom's point of view, it was her 50th birthday. That's a big birthday.
It's a milestone.
People really care about that birthday. She had people visiting from multiple cities, and her kids. Louis' girlfriend was there. It's a big, big day for her. And then from her point of view, I got a DUI at like 10 a.m.
That's crazy.
And I ruined the birthday.
Right.
So that's quite bad.
That's not great.
So, but here's.
I mean, I was actually very sad at my party.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure you still had fun. You probably pouted for a minute, and then you got hammered.
You're ignoring human emotions in the defense of your drunken state.
She's always got something to pout about. But so now here it is from my point of view real quick. I was at a party at Black Hill State University at Tanner Quinn's college house. We got hammered. We were up drinking until like 4 a.m. My friend Josh Brabin was there. At some point, his wife, who he was in like a big fight dispute with, came and drove from Rapid City and picked him up and took him home because they were in such a big fight. She's like, I'm fucked. Like, we have to be together and talk about this. Brabin's car is now left at the house in Spearfish. I wake up. Spearfish, South Dakota. Somebody wakes me up at about like, I don't know what time it was, early morning, 8 a.m., something like that. And they say, hey, would you drive Josh Brabin's car back to Rapid City because his wife came and picked him up? He's got an abandoned car. I'm a hero, and I said, of course I'll do that. Give me the keys, cocksucker. I get into the car, and listen, I'm hungover. You're still drunk. Well, you're not hungover. But also at the time, it's like one of those things where you don't realize that you can still, like, like, in my dumb brain, it's like when you go to sleep, you're sober.
It's like Grand Theft Auto when you get arrested. You leave the little...
I know what you mean. You were comparing it to you. You were like, I'm like forming words again properly so I can drive.
No, yeah, exactly. So it's like, hey, if you sleep, you wake up and that resets all the booze in your system. Like, you're definitely...
If you fall asleep for 30 minutes when you're drunk, you wake up like, I'm good.
Exactly. So I'm speeding back. I'm going 90-something. And because I'm just hungover and in a hurry. Get pulled over. The cop comes to the window and goes like, smells me, smells booze, and goes... Sir, I got to be honest with you. I smell alcohol. You've been drinking? And I go, I'm like, I'm sober. So, hey, yeah, I was drinking, but it's the morning. I'm not drunk anymore. I said, why don't we just save each other some time? Give me the breathalyzer.
You idiot.
You tell them to.
Yeah. I go, let's save everybody a bunch of time. Give me the damn breathalyzer and let's both go home. Because I'm sure you got a nice family, and I need to get back to my mom. My mom's 50th birthday. I'm speeding back to get to my mom's birthday because I don't want to be late to the birthday.
Right.
Because I'm like, oh my God, 50, that's a big birthday, and I don't want...
Yeah.
Right? So anyways...
Yeah, I mean, the party wasn't until night, but yeah, I'm sure that's he probably didn't.
Well, I wanted to start getting ready and preparing stuff.
Yeah. Joey had to bake you a cake.
I wanted to get the cake in the oven.
Right.
But then I blow, like 0.20 or some insane amount. I'm very hammered. And they take me to jail. They walk me in, and I'm now trolling them. I tell them, they ask me like my height and my race and stuff, and I'm like, I'm Hispanic, I'm 6'8", I'm in a gang, like I'm trolling everybody. They walk me to my cell, which you have to be locked in until you blow zeros, and they're playing chess outside, and I start going like, hey, yeah, fuck, you're lucky they're locking me in my cell, because I'd fucking destroy you guys at chess. I'm trolling like the prisoners.
Yeah, you're already like becoming Muslim.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then as soon as they let me into my cell, one of the prisoners comes over and goes like, "Ah, you play chess? You play chess?" He's peeking through the little peephole and like talking shit to me. And I'm like, "Yeah, I do play chess, but they won't let me out of my cell. Sorry." And then he kept coming back every 6 hours, going like, "You blow zeros yet? You blow zeros?" And I'm realizing I'm stuck there for like the weekend, and I'm just saying, I know I can't. They won't let me out. He finally, somehow he convinces the guard to come over with the breathalyzer like every 6 hours. I blow zeros. He kills me in chess. But we became very fast friends. Okay, let's do the second birthday that I ruined really fast because we're going long.
Okay, sorry. So the second time was Joey's sister Logan's birthday. It was in February, so it's very cold here in February. And the night before, Joey was out drinking, partying with his friends. He never came home that night, but I wasn't too worried because I figured he was at Brock's house.
Right.
One of his friends. Yeah, I figured he was at one of his friends' houses.
Chugging milk somewhere.
So
yeah.
Then he knew we were going out to dinner for his sister's birthday the next night. So I started calling, around lunchtime. I started getting a little worried, and I called all his friends, many friends. And they said the last time we saw Joey, he was out in front of the clock tower.
The bar. That's
really,
a bar.
The bar, really drunk, and he was with this girl named Alexis or something. And I'm like, okay. So then it got to be almost time to go to dinner, and his sister Logan was like pissed because he wasn't there. And so she called this Alexis girl, and she's like, no, last time I saw him, he was out in front of the clock tower. So then I totally 100% thought he was dead.
Yeah.
And
So my mom thought I was dead.
He's frozen to death. Yeah.
So again, from my mom's point of view, now here's what it is. I've ruined my little sister.
I haven't finished the story. Well, go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
Go ahead. Better be fucking good.
So we go to dinner at Tally's because that's where Logan wanted to go to dinner. And we all order food, and I'm just sure that Joey's dead. And so I get my food, and I didn't take one bite. I couldn't eat one bite of it because I thought Joey was dead. Logan got extremely pissed at me because I ruined her birthday because I wouldn't eat dinner.
Well, so it sounds like you ruined her birthday, not me. So I think that's what we're hearing.
You don't let me in with that, Joey. I'm on your mom's side here, buddy.
Julie, you're an angel, and you don't deserve to be treated this way.
Your mom loves you and thought you died because you were irresponsible and drunk.
Okay, very good.
And disappeared.
Okay.
Now, Mom, do you have more?
Yeah. So then John, your dad, goes, I'm going to go out to the car for a minute because it's too cold to be outside. So I'm going to go make a phone call out of the car. He goes to the car and he calls Detox.
Yeah.
And he calls the Detox place. And when you call Detox in Rapid City, there aren't people that work there that answer the phone. It's the other drunks that answer the phone.
So really quick, Mom. Detox is like the drunk tank, but they have like a dedicated sort of detox facility because there's like I think it's unique to Rapid City because there's such a big Native American population. There's so many Native Americans that they find drunk that they bring in there to sober up.
That is actually true.
Right. So they took me, and so my dad's like, my dad knows Native Americans. He's a lawyer. He's like, let me call this. Maybe he's there. Go on, Mom.
So anyway, John calls there, and actually it was a Native American guy that answered the phone. And you can answer the phone after you've been there for so many hours, but
If you blow zeros, you can talk on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah. And so Joey wasn't allowed to talk on the phone, but this nice Native American man, John, gave him Joey's description.
By the way, his name was Russell Crowe. Mom, I have to cut you off. The guy's name was Russell Crowe. And it was over, they had an intercom system, and they would just constantly, like, they'd go, like, every, like, few hours, like, Russell Crowe, could you please come to the front desk? That's great. Yeah, I wanted to make a documentary about the place and just have it be called, like, Rapid City Detox, starring Russell Crowe. But so here it is from my point.
That's being overlooked. That's so crazy. That guy named Russell Crowe.
Well, I thought about it and I was like, well wait a minute. The actor Russell Crowe, he probably has a fake name because Native Americans, they are named that, like Crow and Bear.
Yeah, you're right. It probably is his fake name.
So, anyways,
he got hammered in Rapid City one time and got arrested. He changed his name.
But so anyways, my point of view on this is I was hanging out at a bar, Clock Tower. I just remember at some point having like 8 drinks in front of me, and I think like a group left, and they were like, hey, you guys can have these. And I was like, all right, I guess I have to finish all 8 of these. Next thing I remember is I am waking up in a black cell, concrete.
Oh, you had no memory of even getting arrested
0.
or anything?
None.
So then when were you, let's get back to Julie. When were you allowed to speak?
I mean, not till he blew zero, so it was like, I don't even know if it was the next day.
No, I believe it was technically because there's only one time where they will let you test your breathalyzer to find out. So if you don't pass it at, like, let's say noon, you have to wait till noon the next day to pass.
Oh, Jesus.
So anyways, I wake up, I'm in a cell, I hear people talking, I have no idea what happened. I'm like, why am I here? Why would they treat a person like this? I must have like done something really bad. So I'm like worried, and I'm pounding on the door. I'm like, hey, guys, could somebody talk to me? Could somebody tell me what's going on? They finally let me out, and it's just me, 90% Native American dudes who are happy to be there because it's cold out, and they get arrested on purpose and shit. And then there's like a divorced white guy who is just like, my wife is so mad at me.
Yeah.
And it's so I'm there and I go like, my first instinct, because I know it's my sister's birthday, and I'm like, great man. I go, and I've been wrongfully arrested, by the way.
You're a great man who's been wrongfully arrested.
Because they explain.
You're like the hurricane.
Yeah. It was a warm January night, just like the time before and the time before
Here
that.
comes the story of Joseph LaFleur. He got too drunk in Sturgis.
Somebody better call the cops.
So then old Patty calls his mom.
Hey, Bob Dylan, where's my song? Asshole. But so I'm going like, hey, I need to call my family and tell them where I am. I'm sure my mom thinks I'm dead. And they said, shut the fuck up.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, dude.
They said, you go back into your bunk beds with the rest of the animals, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Wow, they said that?
I doubt that.
That was like their tone.
They
said,
please leave us alone.
Just please leave us alone.
They're like, you're drunk.
But then so like multiple days pass. I'm trying to contact my family. I can't do it. Finally, my dad like has the wit about him to contact the detox place. They release me, and I think everybody at that point realizes that I was the victim of the story. And and
did you have a talk with her about sorry?
No, because everybody knows my sister's like a diva.
You really,
Jesus
man, these
Christ,
stories
Jared,
are just full of a lot of finger pointing.
Mom, I think you can agree that
just everyone's wrong but Joey.
Yeah, Joey's in a glass house with a slingshot.
Wrong place, wrong time for me. And I think, hey, listen.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time.
If I got a missing sibling and I'm at dinner and my mom won't eat, I'm not guilting her. I'm comforting her. And I'm saying, I'm here for you, Mom.
Right.
I'm not saying, you ruined my birthday.
Yeah, she wasn't comforting me.
So that's what I would have been doing. But anyway, so I've defended myself properly, and I think that I have successfully got myself out of these stories, and I think from now on you won't bring these up anymore, right?
Okay, that's the last time. That's the last time we'll hear of them.
That's it.
Thank God. And by the way, we didn't do a Rapid City Roundup song.
Yeah, we didn't. We'll do it.
Let's do it now. Mom, you can listen. Do a Rapid City Roundup.
I don't have anything in me right now. Jesus
get
Christ.
Something going. Do one Rapid City Roundup, and then we'll and then we're end of the pod.
All right. Fuck.
Mom, what are you doing? I'll give Devan a little time. Mom, are you at Buffalo Wild Wings?
No, we just got home, and no, I'm home now.
How was Brock?
Brock was good. I saw Brock tonight. I talked to Brock tonight quite a bit.
Did he say anything about Rosie O'Donnell?
Yeah. We did talk about that.
Was he still trying to act like I was overreacting?
No, not really. He kind of was acting like it was funny now.
Good. Okay, anyways.
All right.
I mean, no. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Well, no. What?
I just don't want to get Brock in trouble in case he ever finds out.
No. It's fine. This is.
Brock did think it was mean.
Yeah.
Okay,
what was you?
Okay.
Mean, not
mean.
her.
Oh. Fuck it.
The call is over. Joey needs to listen to his mom. Joey's mom is fully correct. It's the Rapid City Roundup, and we have a victim. His name is Joseph LaFleur. Oh, he's a drunken gaslighter. All he does is gaslight to get away with a murderous drinking habit. Oh, yeah. He's a suicidal drunk, and he's gonna make us all sad. One day he really needs to stop. He really needs to stop. He's ruined many birthdays, his whole family hates him. Everyone in Rapid City's really pissed off at him all the time. But what can you do? He's a big city folk, and he lives in Hollywood. You can't stop the kid. You can't stop the kid. But seriously, in all honesty, we need to get a hold of your drink.
Can my mom hear the music? Mom, could you hear the guitar?
I don't know how it works. Julie, did you hear that?
Can I hear it?
I'm sure she heard me yelling.
Could you hear the guitar, or was it just Devan's voice?
No, I heard all of it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Awesome.
Anyway, Team Julie here.
Team Julie.
I love Joey with all my heart.
The commenters will decide. I think everybody who listens.
Yeah, I'm glad you did that.
Yeah.
You looked really bad in those stories.
Well, and that's why I wanted to do it, because I criticized this woman, Rosie O'Donnell, who attacked me with my mom. I told her I was very sad that she stopped talking to me, and she decided to not respond and instead find my mom, hunt her, take a picture with her, and send it to me. That was mean, though. And now I am doing embarrassing.
Can we do?
I'm doing embarrassing stuff about myself.
Well, thank you, and you're an amazing sport, and you're an incredible showman. But Julie, do you know about this girl that Joey hates? And
do I know?
The one that took a picture with you and sent it to him like it was out of some sort of weird fucking Jamie Foxx Geraldo. What was that guy? The Gerard Butler movie.
Yeah.
Where they're the Gerard Butler Jamie Foxx movie where they're both killing each other the whole time.
Fuck, what was that called? I love that movie.
Anyway, Joey got sent Joey takes this as the biggest insult of his entire life. This picture that she took with you.
I literally have one grudge against one person in my entire life.
Yeah.
You hate her for this.
One person, literally ever in my life. Everyone else, every other human that I've ever met, if I see him, I'm happy to see him. Mm-hmm. There's one person I think is gross and disgusting and I don't want to see.
Yeah.
So what was your question for my mom? Go ahead.
I just want to know, Julie, are you aware of the background of the whole situation and the story? Because Joey talks about this a lot.
Well, I talked about it when it first happened, and then it just came up again because Brock was on the roundup.
You're right. I'm exaggerating.
Yeah.
For comedic effect. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to look like a crazy person. Go ahead, Mom.
Yeah. You don't look crazy.
No, I don't know all of it. No.
Okay.
That's probably for the best, Julie.
For the best. You stay out of it, Julie.
But you
we'll
remember
handle
when
it.
she approached you and hunted you at a country club and tried to get a picture with you? You remember that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So that's all there is to it.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Last thing. Imagine if I broke a girl's heart.
Okay.
And she texted me saying, hey, I'm really sad that you won't talk to me anymore. And I just said, like, fuck off, stop talking to me. And I ghosted her. And then later, I saw her mom somewhere. And I said to my friends, hey, remember that chick who I made really fucking sad? That's her mom. Hey, bro, that's her fucking mom. Let's go take a picture with her, dude.
It is like
and then send it to the girl.
I get it. I get it. It's a deranged
It's a weirdo
thing to do. It's a weirdo thing to do.
It's
but you gotta
evil and
move
psychotic.
on.
But anyways, no, I'll hate her for the rest of my life. Don't say move. I will literally hate her until I.
Oh, you're allowed to. I hate people that I've forgotten about. Though.
Yeah. You just have like a pocket of hatred.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't even remember them.
You got to treat them like lint. You go, oh, I forgot about you. 15 years down the line,
you cocksucker.
Pull them out of your pocket. Oh,
well,
yeah,
she's just. I remember scumbags. I remember random scumbags that I don't care about all the time. I just have a good memory. Anyways, Mom. Goodbye.
Hey, Julie, I love you. Thank you for letting us interrupt your night.
I love you, Mom.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for the call.
Bye, Julie.
No problem. Come visit sometime.
Oh, we will. We will. We're gonna be up there.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.
You bet. Bye.
20 minutes. I said
that was
20.
It was 20 minutes.
I called it.
We've only done like the Irishman here, but it's, that was good. No, that was good. That was good. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, we're done. I'm done.
Joey R. LaFleur on Instagram. John Badman with 2 D's on Instagram. Devin James Costa.
Holy fuck, this is the main episode. We have to do a Patreon.
Yes,
dude, we got
that's why we were like, what are you doing here,
you
retard?
fucking retard.
Anyway, join us on the Patreon. Patreon.com/HateWatchPod. Podcast. God damn it.
We're gonna have tons of fucking steam for the Patreon. I don't give a shit. I know Joey just threw his headphones off like he was an Apollo 13 fucking guy.
Patreon.com/HateWatchPodcast. Join us over there. We're going there right now, or we're gonna take a little break.
Patreon's gonna whoop ass, and we got some naughty things.
We got a lot of naughty
stuff
stuff
we can't put on YouTube that I talked about earlier.
God bless you all. Good luck and good night or whatever.
Yeah, whatever the fucking retard said.